everybody who was in traditional broadcasting or public relations or anything is into digital media now. Most of the time, you don't need somebody to be between you and YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. I do tons of paid advertising on those three. And if I was paying somebody to do it for me, I'd be wasting my money because it's really, really easy. And the monetization, by the time you get there, you'll know enough about it already that you will have done your homework and you'll know when you're ready for that. But yeah, you're not going to monetize probably for a few years. You really, and that's the thing about podcasting. There are two hurdles. Number one, and Barry has fixed this for everyone who wants to use Ignite. The equipment, while not astronomical, is pretty expensive. It's a serious investment. And if you're going to invest that kind of money to do your one podcast, you better be, dedicated to doing it, because otherwise it's just going to sit there and it'll be like the exercise bike. That you look at and you grumble at it. Like I remember buying you. Yeah, and the other thing is keep adding. Yeah, I mean, you want to have the theme should be reflected in the title of the podcast. The better you are at, people have terribly short attention spans. Okay, the more you can do to make it simple for them to just take one look and understand what it's about. So, being able to put that in the name of the podcast is very important, and also getting guests. If you're going to have guests, you don't have to have guests, but if you want to have guests, it makes it more interesting. But yeah, you really have to, it's like anything, the hardest part is getting the momentum going at the beginning and keeping it going. You got to push, and you're like, only 10 people listened to the last podcast. Keep pushing, put it out on social media. Let them know when you released a new podcast, and 2 or 3 down the road, it really is surprising how fast it starts building. But like I said, there are people out there looking for podcasts about just about anything.
Right? How is this putting more night? So because I did it with Rich 2 years ago, was spring, and he reminded me I had a burning background and got their wedding. That's not good. We were doing a phone call and I was renting a house and
and this started, I think, during COVID, didn't it?
No, it's 22.
Oh, okay.
So I learned a little bit. So my goal is to help small and large companies just go carry now contest. They actually during right number 69 or 70 already. These are starting. And the regional advertising is still at the Metro is still out there and it's got a place. It's not you buying airtime with ESPN and doing the shows and you're buying that. And that's one audience. The beautiful part about this is you three are all companies. You're our partners. We work for you, you work with us, we are partners. We all try to trust, integrity, honesty, and respect. So that's what we're about to create training for So with Ignite, you're going to be able to buy as a accredited business monthly to get access to the facility. And the pricing we're working on right now is going to be for accredited businesses, APs, probably through 24, probably like $75 a month. It was a dime. If you're not accredited, it'll be $3. You guys already paying us. We want my goal is to get every company in 42 counties to be accredited. Then we want to know if push further back, people away. Sharks, right? So what you'll do then is rent, if you want to do podcasting, you rent the studio for $5. Straightforward. In a row, right? $5 a month. Thank you. And I don't care how many segments, and he's going to show you in the back. You're going to walk in, and what I want out of it in my world studios, I think we did. That helps all of us. Because all I've been trying to do is spend about 180,000 2 years to promote B2B.org. You guys are paying us as our customers. We never did that in big money. It's just push people to B2B.org. We got over about 1 million people on inquiries last year. That's huge in 42 times. So it's working. People want to deal with you, so that's why you got to put our skill on. You got to use our skill everywhere. You got to start telling the story because we're telling the story for you. So you connect the dots in the studio. You do your what is it, 10-minute segment, an hour segment. I don't care. You got 5 hours. Just so long. You leave. You find over. You have a concierge. You sit right at the desk right up front. She'll clock you in and out. Make your calendar appointments. Charge you the $150. If you're not accredited, it'll be $300 to $400 because that's studio time. If you go out and rent it at a podcast studio. And the only other thing we want to get, I mean, find a nice studio. You don't do it, I can't hold you to the fact. You pull your disc out, you own the content. We are not monitoring you. If you go to jail for that's how we go in laws and podcasting. We are getting you to set up. We're not involved. You're taking that disc. And I do recommend RSS.com because I figured it out. That's scary. I paid, you could be paid $13. So if I take that disc, I upload it, and you're off to the races. You own your own content. Here's what I say. Stacy's a painter. Woman owned. Okay. Or women by women, right? We've got a seminar about that here, actually. And so I see her talking about the why. Why is that important? Why? And then I wanted to start, I'll try to help her with this marketing side and say, who's your supplier? Ben more. Great, put it in there. Start pushing it out, get your RSS out there, and it's so easy, like you said. Take videos in there, right? Get that up on Facebook and everything, get that going. You get an audience for painting, and then more are starting to see traction. There's got to be probably thousands of subscribers. You're an influencer. I believe they come to you, go to them, they got co-op money. Mr. Fix-It, Jacuzzi, right? You deal with like giving all the name brand. He gets all the co-op. I mean, I'm sorry, a little difficult for sponsorship, but you might. If you headhunt for one specific industry that wants people to attract us every day, employees for their company, they might sponsor them. If you guys work it out, we get nothing out of it. We're not involved. We have our own show that we will continue to build called Sharing. We'll have another one called Ignite. We're going to start doing it with employees and stuff. But I want it to be an opportunity for you to take this small investment to make money. Other residual income of what you do. And that's what I'm hoping to do. That's the purpose. Any questions after that?
So the follow up the question is how many podcasts should we put out? What is it around just one?
Okay. I would say when you're first starting out, depending on what your subject is, shoot for 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes is the longest of any. And what's going to happen is if momentum starts going, the conversation starts getting interesting. The 15 minutes comes up, keep going. Don't stop. You'll know when the conversation's over. It's not radio, it's not television. You're not locked into a 30-minute slot. It's whatever you want to make it. And most podcasts are. You'll look at them, if you look at a list of somebody's podcast episodes, you'll see they're all different times in most cases. I would probably shoot for one a month to start with.
If you're renting $5, but you want to have, obviously you're going to do multiple podcasts while you're in there to save it and release them. And so, but if you've got guests that we want to come, we just tell them to show up here and start in time.
I do this at WRBA for, I don't know, I did the Oscars. It gets very easy to balance. What you don't want to do as an entrepreneur, or you're going to send somebody here and you don't want to basically say something, you're burning to get them up there, because it's you. You want to post something, so post something. They know right or wrong, you're not paying to put it up in social media, but it's get over that first thing. We're gonna do, you know, 15 more minutes. That we're gonna show us the board. When he's gonna be interviewing me, I'm at the BBB, this board is Sherry. We're gonna show you how easy it is. We have not talked about anything, other than he's gonna ask you about it today.
Yeah, that's another thing. Don't, you know, if you know your guest, especially, you probably will for the first few episodes. Somebody that you're comfortable talking to. Come in there. You're not pressed for time. You want to be relaxed and have a conversation. Don't get too hung up on the content. Don't spend too much time preparing, because it'll make you. Well, that it makes you sound scripted.
Nice little site. Works on a lot of TV. I mean, when you get people on TV, again, I brought in over 60 guests, but he drove me crazy, because I would ask all of you to participate on video in different ways. You were easy, you were worried about makeup, you were worried about your hair, you had a snow day, you want to buy time, right? We're buying studio time. And then the radio, what are the questions going to be? And I just started telling them. That's why this podcasting, this is where we belong. This is the sweet spot, I think, for small and medium-sized companies.